What are the three main energies that are happening in July? What will they look like in the collective, and what will they look like for you in an individual level for light workers, highly spiritual folks, spiritual teachers, and very aware individuals? Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me. Mystic Miyamosha, here for another beautiful monthly energy update. We're going to be looking at three major energies that is coming through for the month of July 2024 for the entire collective and the Lightworker collective. So let's see the first main energy that Spirit has for us. Wow. Okay. So 10 of Cups. Extreme amount of happiness. And if you've been feeling into the energies, if you've been kind of picking up on these signs, synchronicities, and messages from other beautiful spiritual souls out there, you know that this energy is coming in and in July. A lot of peace, serenity, happiness, joy, blissfulness, knowingness, clarity. Light workers are going on vacation. This is what I've been saying for a very long time now. This specific summer 2024, for the past 5 years, I've been saying that this time, 2024, 2025 summer, for light workers is going to feel like you finally get to go on vacation. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you've been in your mind a lot. You've been doing a lot of inner work. You've been focusing on your inner universe. And now you get to see that manifest in your outer universe. You get to see that work that you put in manifest outwardly in your environment. But it starts off with a sense of calm, knowing, peace, serenity, all is well, soul family and friends. You have kind of a great idea of what direction your life is going, what your soul mission is. And you're just taking the time to enjoy it, let it come in, let it kind of fit into your life, settle in. And your job, Lightworker, is just to sit back, relax, train whistles, confirmation, and enjoy this. It's one of those things where we really want to be grateful for everything finally happening. You can finally get out of that hermit mode in your own mind, in your own space, being alone, and finally get to interact with others, interact with your soul mission directly, interact with your resources and manifestations that are coming through, your physical manifestations. You get to interact with the outer world more. So this is a time for you to just kind of get settled in, get used to it, and let the energy kind of finish coming in as well. So Lightworkers, a really beautiful time for you. And it's from the future space. So this is something that's going to come in for a little while. So that's why Spirit's kind of like, yeah, take your time, let it settle in. Okay, what's this energy like for the collective? Yeah, so this is another thing I've been preaching for so long, which is, yeah, light workers are going to have it good. So good. Blissfully good. Right? But you worked your butt off to get here. You did a ton of inner work. You went through all your traumas. You've done a lot of healing. You figured out who you were. You sacrificed for the sake of self-mastery, of the sake of service to others, to making a world a better place. You went against the grain. You went against other people to be who you are now. It was very difficult. And a lot of people are going to be looking at you thinking, like, how did they get that success? It wasn't built overnight. It wasn't luck. You built this luck. You made this happen. You and a very few others around the world. It takes a lot of courage to go against people. They say, like, 20% of the population is energy sensitive. It's also known that it's around 80% of the population that are sheep and that have a hard time going against societal rules, going against the norm, breaking out of what is expected of them, what people feel like is normal. That's 80%. So it makes sense that like 20% are energy sensitive and 80% are like sheep, right? So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for the collective because the curtains are falling down, and they really have to face themselves. You know, a lot of people in the collective know what is right, know what is actually going on, know that there's more to this truth, know that there's more to what they see, but they choose not to see it. They choose not to do their own research. They choose not to follow their instincts and their intuition. They choose to go along with the norm. They choose to ignore it. They are too lazy, or they're too they don't care as much. This is them facing themselves. Because when the truth does become more obvious or is unveiled, and we see now that the truth is becoming readily available, more accessible, and more people are realizing the truth about, you know, a lot of things in this world. It's a mirror. It's a mirror for everyone kind of facing themselves and seeing what they kind of let happen, ignored. And they're going to obviously look at themselves first, ego first, right? How does this make me look? How does this, you know, what does this say about me? How do I feel about myself? Which is definitely understandable. It's easier to deal with it within first and then deal with it without. You'll see a lot of people in the collective shut up. They're just going to completely become silent because they're going to realize they are not the experts in these fields anymore. They're not the experts in communicating these truths, because before they're going to see that they were promoting lies, and these lies that were passed on as truths are going to be like completely obliterated. There's going to be so much overwhelming evidence of the actual truth that, people are going to be eating crow. They're going to be eating their words. They're going to become silent and go inward and kind of feel out, like, what's my best PR move here? You know, what's going to make me look the best around my family and friends and work, people I work with and my neighbors. And most of them are going to decide to go quiet for a while because it's the best PR move for them, you know, ego first. Yeah, heartbreak. 8 of Swords, 3 of Swords. It's funny because the whole deck that I just pulled this card from just fell, or like half of it fell. So it's interesting because this heartbreak is about, like, it's selfish at first, right? Because you can't become unselfish overnight. You know, you can't become you can't change your personality overnight, right? It takes time. Yeah, there could be an event where you have to choose if you should help this person, your family member or your partner or your kid, and you decide to be selfless, you decide to be the hero, you decide to stand up for that person, and it's like an act, it's like a momentary situation where you decided to be the hero, you decided to do the right thing, right? But like, if you have been a certain way for a very long time, it's going to take a while to kind of get out of that mindset, right? So you can't be mad at the collective if they want to kind of feel sad for themselves, feel bad for themselves. And I know this is going to be cringe. This is why Lightworkers are going to turn a blind eye to the rest of the collective at this time, because it's like cringe to see people kind of put themselves in victim mentality, or for a lot of light workers, it's difficult for us to kind of see other people kind of go through the difficulties that we just went through, because like, oh well, we didn't really have anyone to go through this with. We were on our own, or we have limited resources, or you didn't really pay attention to me or understand me when I was going through it, and now you kind of want the same things from everyone around you. It's kind of funny how the tables have turned. So that's the kind of feeling I'm getting, kind of for the collective. It's gonna be kind of like let's see, Lightworkers, you might want to try to not eye roll as hard so your eyes don't get stuck in that position, because there's some hard eye rolls coming from Lightworkers, and this is why Spirit's like, yeah, turn away, this isn't for you. Like, your role comes in like later in the year, September and towards the end of the year, but especially next like January. So yeah, like, just enjoy the summer, Lightworker. Let them feel sorry for themselves and get out of that victimhood themselves, because they really needed a mirror, and they are providing the mirror to themselves. They are literally like showing each other what they look like, really. Like, this is how you behave. This is how people perceive you. This is how you come off. This is how lazy people think you are. This is how unaware people think you are. This is why people don't respect you. This is why you can't take care of others, because you can't take care of yourself. This is where you need to look at yourself, these areas, and like in this way, they're showing each other. You can just step out, okay, and be like, oh, okay, like, you guys got this. Figuring it out amongst yourself, cool. Looks messy, looks kind of eye roll, cringy. Stay away. That's the Spirit's advice. Okay, the Empress. I love that. Okay, yeah, you're in Empress mode, which is just taking care of yourself, whether you're male or female. You're taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your family, you're taking care of your home, you're taking care of your health. You're enjoying your time. You're taking days slowly. There's this new like manifestation technique that I've been kind of intuitively downloading, which is just kind of taking days as slowly as you can. I remember I was just like driving, and I was just taking in like the lush greenness of the trees against the sky and the mountains and the birds, and I was just really, the sunlight and just open air, windows down, just being in the moment. But like, yeah, basically being in the moment, but really just slowing down time as much as possible. And there's something about that really quickens manifestations. I still got to play with it a little bit, but there's a sense of you have time, you have unlimited time, abundance of time, abundance of space and energy. I feel a lot of Lightworkers at this time, according to Spirit, are just kind of focusing on the things that you want to focus on, only hanging out with people that you want to hang out with, that are on your frequency, and really just tuning everything else out, especially for July and August. You might have seen it a little bit in June, but June, July, August, yeah, just kind of tuning everyone else out and doing what you need to do and just enjoying each day. The challenge that came up for entering the summer after the solstice energy was judgment, because you're judging everything. You're in review of everything that has come, that you've overcome and went through and enjoyed, and to get you here where you are now, because we're entering a new freaking paradigm, right? Like, this is it, right? Lightworkers are entering it first. So when the solstice energy came through, it was like a doorway, and that doorway is going to allow you to say goodbye to the old version of you in your old life, the 3D version. And this is going to take about a year. So that's why I said, 2024 summer, 2025 summer bliss. But you're going to also, what was it just saying? Just face a lot of judgments yourself, like what other people might judge you for living this kind of 5D lifestyle. Because this is we're at the entrance, we're at the door, right? We're just going through the door right now. We're still like, this is the doorway, what's it called, like the threshold, right? And you're just walking through it, and you can still turn around and see people, and you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel a lot of judgment from people, and in actuality, they're not judging you. You're judging yourself, right? You're putting your judgment through them, through their words and their eyes, and what you think they're thinking. That's just self-reflection again, like the collective self-reflection. But for you, Lightworker, it's a little bit different because you are leaving the 3D, going to 5D, and you're wondering how the unawakened or just awakening souls are judging you for living your lifestyle, living the way that you want. But you're the way shower. You're the one carving this path that they're going to follow after, right? So no matter what they think or what you think they think, doesn't matter, because they don't have this role. They're not showing the way. You are. You have to be incredibly creative, incredibly intuitive, and very courageous, very brave, and just in your power, which a lot of them are trying to figure out how to do at this time, or just starting their journey to figure out how to be in their power and be supremely connected and intuitive and creative. You have had that practice. You are now carving the path. You don't need to listen to them. You can just shut them up. They are shutting up. You can shut them out too. They're being shut up in 2 ways. But they don't matter. What you have, your ideas that you're showing to the collective, showing to the world, showing to other Lightworkers, your ideas matter now. They're going to be potent. They're going to be very realistic, logical. They're going to work with the current lay of the land, but they're going to be a tremendous upgrade. It's a paradigm shift. We're completely changing everything, a complete overhaul of our entire world. So this is where you get to go relax a little bit, though, and just let the ideas come in. Let yourself get comfortable without the noise. Without the noise, you might be going to a lot of places in nature. You might be even moving somewhere closer to rural areas, suburban areas, where there's a lot of nice scenery, more high frequency land, maybe fresh water, fresh air, maybe just going there for a vacation or staying extended periods of time in a location like that. For example, if you have an aunt that has a beautiful beach house, you might be staying in her beach house for a couple of weeks or months, something where you're, going, maybe you're planning a vacation, staying there for a while, or planning to move somewhere, or just going on more nature walks, planning to just kind of away from this right now, right away from the noise, where you can just be at peace and enjoying it. We've been waiting for this time where we can just enjoy this peace and happiness, and it is happening. It is happening. Okay, Ascended Masters, create open communication. Yeah, at this time, it's kind of open. It'd be a great interest for you to just keep your ears, eyes, heart chakra, crown chakra just open. If you're away from the noise and you're away from the low frequency people, places, and things, then you can be open, and you can allow your energy to be more open. How awesome is it to be finally around energy where you can just be yourself, breathe, and not be worried that you're going to take on someone else's negative energy, you know? So now you get to be more open with your energies. You can be more open to communications. You can get more signs and synchronicities. You can get more ideas. And so this is why it's important to kind of slow down, enjoy each day, do everything with intention, whether it's a cup of tea or a walk. The best way to do that is set the intention before you do anything. It might get tedious to do it before every little thing. Sorry, I'm speaking so weirdly today. I kind of knew my brain was weird. Sorry, I'm not even saying that right. That my speech was hindered for some reason, but I was told to do this. So I think this is one of the ascension symptoms we're all feeling right now, which is a lot of work at night, a lot of subconscious inner work that you don't have to even pay attention to, but you'll cry if you see something, if you think of something sad, or if you see something sad, or if you see something that makes you extremely happy, or you think, oh, that's so beautiful. But a lot of like vivid dreams or long dreams, feeling tired even after you wake up, needing a lot of water and healthy foods, and needing a lot of naps and rests throughout the day. So that's how you know there's a lot of upgrades happening behind the scenes. And that's going to lead to, in July, just being able to be so open with your energies. Okay, let's see what the home popped up. Okay. Yeah, so I do feel like I did say a lot of light workers are going to be at home, staying at home, choosing to be at home. Let me see what the rest of the collective is also doing. So I'm getting from Spirit, this is for both of you. Okay, so they're going to be staying at home a lot, the Awakened Collective, and you're going to be staying at home. What I'm getting for the Unawakened Collective or Just Awakening Collective is that they're wanting to stay at home in order to kind of see where the pieces fall. Again, they're very concerned about their outward appearance, how they come off to others at this time, because they're like, oh my goodness, what does this say about me? What does this say about my older posts? What does this say about the people I've been friends with, or the things I've been, you know, giving my energy to? And so they're kind of waiting to see what other people do, how other people recover from it or save face, kind of. So they're basically staying at home because they want to save face, and they're trying to figure out the best strategy for it. Again, they're being quiet and they're keeping to themselves. They're staying mostly at home. They don't want to do anything that could make their self-image worse, which is their main concern at this time. And for light workers, we see the Empress. Oh my goodness, the Empress twice. The Empress twice. Wow. And the King of Coins. Yeah, get that coin, light worker. This is excellent for you. So the energy that's bombarding the planet in July is actually going to... Actually, what happened was there were a lot of solar flares right before and up to the solstice recently, and that energy was like a ton of high frequency energy, because we're getting ready, we're going into the 5D. It's happening now. Actually, I heard a channeling that someone said, I fall out of listening to other spiritual folks or channeling messages, or tarot card readers, and every once in a while I look at it because it's my profession, it's my career, it's also my life style to do this. It's not just my career, it's my life. So I was checking up on these new folks, old folks messages, and I saw this person channeling the Arcturian council, and they confirmed a lot of the things I've said in my previous messages this year, my energy updates. But the thing is, And they're like, oh, it's going to happen in, 200-300 years from now, a few hundred years from now. And something went off my intuitions like, no, it's happening now. So I would stay away from folks that are channeling specific beings, because those specific beings are already here. They're already interacting with us. I'm talking specifically about ETs or archangels or any high level energetic beings. I would err on the side of caution when listening to even the spiritual messages out there. I find that even more than half of the videos or messages or posts that I see from spiritual teachers are well-intended but incorrect. And this is when discernment is going to be very useful. And it's just because everyone's trying to find their footing. You know what it was like for you when you were on your spiritual journey and, you gobbled up all information, but then you had to use discernment to be like, oh, well, actually, that's not correct. Or, example pops into my head when I was first learning how to meditate. I did this guided meditation that opened up all my chakras, and then we'd spin it. But spinning it made, at first, the first couple of meditations I did, I'm like, oh my goodness, I feel it in my chakras. I can feel the energy pulsating and the spin, like in the space. But that was not a good thing, because it was creating like holes in my energy fields, and that was not a good thing. And it caused a lot of issues later on that I had to fix. But it's kind of one of those things where you're kind of testing things out, and like, you realize, oh, every time I channel an energy that says that they're this person or this collective or this being, is more than likely not, especially if you're just starting out or you don't know what you're doing, because there are negative energies that will disguise themselves as other energetic beings. And it's like one of those things when you're just starting out your spiritual journey, you just kind of try things out. So I see a lot of videos like that, and unfortunately, so it's kind of, listen to your own intuition. It's kind of a really good time, Lightworker, to kind of just go into your own intuition and your own guidance and kind of feel that out and kind of explore it and push it as much as you can at this time. It's a really good time to do so, because you're blocking out the noise. You're going to get really good ideas. You're going to get really healthy physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And you're going to be attracting a lot of abundance, because that's what happens when you go into your true authentic energies and allow yourself. And like, there's a lot of fun here. Like, you're by yourself, you're tinkering, you're doing your own science experiments, you're gardening, you're exploring lands, you're researching things, you're trying things out for yourself, and you're having a blast just by being by yourself or being with very few people that you trust and that are on your same frequency. Okay, so what's the second energy that Spirit sees for Lightworkers, Ceres, highly spiritual folks, awakened folks, spiritual teachers, spiritual warriors, light bearers, way showers? Okay, whichever name you call yourself. Hierophant. Okay, so there is more than one level of commitment I'm getting for Lightworkers. So yeah, I do see a lot of, and I've been saying this forever, this is the summer of love. I do see a lot of true love connections being made this summer, and I do see a lot of divine counterparts coming together physically in this summer. In July, you will see a lot of that, and you are, you might be one of those lucky folks that has a divine union if you are not already in one physically yet. And there's also other levels of commitment happening. There's a commitment to kind of what you want to do. We've been calling it soul mission. We've been calling it life purpose, or your passion project, the thing that you're very interested in, that you have natural abilities in, or just It's your unique thing. It's your unique thing. And I feel like you're going to figure out, if you haven't already, what your unique thing is. I feel like you're going to create like kind of a Venn diagram of just like all the things that you're interested in or want to do. And then you're going to find a cross-sectional like piece that incorporates all or most of those. And I feel like a lot of light workers are figuring that out. As well as feeling more secure in your love life, in your social life, in your home environment, and in your work or life purpose. So there's a lot of things that are coming into focus now for light workers, and it comes literally just from having fun, being in nature, doing things you want to do. So be free caring, hippie baby, love, nurture, peace and love kind of person for as long as it makes you feel comfortable, few days, few weeks, few months. It's totally cool. Spirit is encouraging it because all these like long-term commitments to projects, people, things, places are coming in for you now. Okay. What's happening? What does this energy look like in the unawakened collective? Judgment card, yeah. This is their kind of moment to break free of others' perception of them. It's kind of like owning up to who they truly are. They go through kind of a judgment phase, you know, maybe first, and then they kind of break free of what other people think about them, and they start focusing on what do they think about themselves. So this inward focus, you know, at first it's very egotistical, and they're looking at like, oh, well, what would make me look best in front of other people with all these damaging things that are coming out, possibly damaging things that make me look bad or might look the things I've been associating with bad. They're going to break free from that judgment and realize what really matters is what they think about themselves. And not like a narcissistic way, but in a really like, oh yeah, Apprentice of Wires, which is a Page of Pentacles. Like they're really starting their healing work. They're really starting their spiritual journey, their inner work. So it's a genuine positive look inward and judgment of themselves. Hey, you know what? Why am I worried about what all these people think about me? Like, why am I not worried about what I think about me? You know, I did something that was wrong, or I did something not knowing the full truth. Like, what can I change about myself? Like, who do I want to be? What does this make me realize? They're asking themselves all the right questions, which is great. And while you, Lightworker, Hierophant, are you kidding me? 2 Hierophants? We got 2 Empress cards and now 2 Hierophants. Yeah, that's right. That's the confirmation that there's a lot of commitment coming in for you, beautiful Lightworker, in many different areas. So these are going to be long-term projects. I always say the beautiful thing about like marriage or those that have very, very long careers in the same thing is that you can, it's a very unique experience because being able to experience something for decades is a very unique experience because you have more knowledge on that topic or that person or that line of work than most people ever have. And you have your own unique experience, things that you learn that you can contribute to humanity. It's a very, it takes dedication to have something for a very long time, to work on something for a very long time. It's a commitment, and it's a beautiful life experience. It's one of the most beautiful life experiences is to commit to something for a very long time, and it's well rewarded. in the higher realm. So like it's a unique experience. It's well worth it. It's very difficult, and it's very magical. It's indescribable. I'm having trouble with my words because, it's to commit to something for so long. It's a very unique experience, and very few are going to be able to understand you. And it gives you a sense of pride and accomplishment that, it's like a quiet confidence, a quiet sense of accomplishment, and it never leaves. And it's, it's I don't know what to say. It's the best thing you can do in life. It's the best thing you can do in life, or the best experience you can have in life. Whether it's committing to parenting a child, or being a good friend to someone, or even having a beautiful home that you want to create a legacy with, and you take care of it, or something like, whatever it, or a career or a marriage, whatever it is, having a long-term commitment is one of the best and most beautiful experiences you could have in life. Okay, so Lightworkers are doing that. What does that mean for you? Crown chakra, yeah. So all the things that are coming in now, all the commitments that are coming in now are like your true love, are like your are vibrating on your authentic frequency. So these commitments that are coming in now, these projects, these career opportunities, these money-making opportunities, these people, these friends, these family members, soul family members, this love of your life, this home, this work, life's work that's coming in is all very authentic, high level, and it resonates with you so incredibly deeply. Like, you won't find anything that resonates with you more deeply than these commitments that are coming in for you now, beautiful Lightworker. So these are like your forever people, places, and things, Yeah, of course you might move to different areas, or, meet new people, and, try different things in your career or business, whatever. But like, this is the foundation. This is the thing. This is the center of your life that's going to, go until your last days here, maybe even beyond. So that's very special. Whereas the collective, disengage from outcomes. Let go so you can open yourself to the highest love that you deserve. Find ways to release worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness you might be holding on to. Yeah, so the collective is going through a lot of like, you know what, who cares what people think of me? I have to love myself. I have to figure out a way to forgive myself and to look at this in a different way, because it's really hard. If you've been doing, if your actions have been kind of leading to the harm of many people, places, or things, it kind of dissociates you and kind of makes you feel like, oh my goodness, like, I'm an awful person. How could I do this? I can't believe it. I can't apprehend this, comprehend this, and I should be apprehended. What was I thinking? Who am I? Am I really a bad person? They get this, they get dissociate for a little bit, and then they have to come back into their own. They have to do whatever it takes to survive, and that might mean cutting off people, feeling how they feel about themselves, telling themselves, hey, they did the most that they could at the time, what they knew. They want to become a better version of themselves because of this experience. Open to the highest love. So you see how the energy, the crown chakra, how the energy is the same coming onto the planet in July, but it's different for unawakened folks and for Lightworkers. Okay, and how it's perceived. It just really depends on how much inner work you've done. Some of you might be feeling a little bit of both at this time. Some of you might see this energy in a lot of your friends, family, or certain people in your life, or in people in the public, or you might see a lot of this in people in the public or within yourself, or your soul friends and family. So you can see the energies in different ways. Let's see. They're disengaging from outcomes. The Lovers in reverse. You might see a lot of breakups happen. You might see a lot of divorces happen. You might see a lot of people kind of disengage from family and social media and friends and things that they were interested in. It causes a little bit of a depression. I mean, how can it not? You dissociate. And this is why light workers are being told, hey, you don't need to look at this because you've been through this. You know what it looks like. It sucks. It's a sucky feeling. And you might want to be there for them, but like they really need to get through this themselves. The Judgment card, this is their test, final test. They need to get through. And after this, they're on a beautiful spiritual journey, or the next part of their spiritual journey. They need to do this. Let them. They need to do this by themselves, or they want to do it by themselves. They need to go into the darkness a little bit to come back to the light. Okay. Where is that deck? Let's see, for light workers. We see the 9 of Pentacles. Wow. Are you kidding me? There's a lot of money energy with the King of Coins and the 9 of Pentacles. And also the Empress here and the 9 of Coins. It's like a lot of being alone. So I do feel that a lot of you are finding your true love, might be finding your soul family, or you're a platonic soulmate at this time. Maybe the right people to connect to you, maybe the right land or the right home, but like not necessarily there yet, or like, working on it. The right work or the field of work, or a right concept, but it's not like fully developed yet. But there's a lot of like being on your own. So I do feel like a lot of light workers are going to be on their own, even if you have people around you or a lot of responsibilities. It just feels like you have the space and time and energy to just breathe and kind of do more of what you want, more than you ever have in your life. This is another reason light workers are going on vacation, is because you get to finally live a life of 5D. You get a glimpse of what 5D life would look like, and it's really, really beautiful. Wake up, have the morning the way you like to have it, with breakfast, or collaborating with other individuals on ideas, or working on multiple projects, one to the other, maybe getting some nature walk, doing some health stuff, learning some stuff, nighttime routines, health care routines, relaxing routines, nature again, like whatever it is, like taking it slow, enjoying each activity, each moment. You get to do this a lot, light worker, and you might be doing a lot alone, even if you have people coming in or work and resources coming in. You're going to see this kind of be similar, but with more of your people next year in 2025. Let's see. One more card. Yeah, Ace of Cups. That is a confirmation for me that a lot of you have already had the energy of this opportunities already align. You might have been feeling good May, June, feeling like, hey, something's connecting, something's working behind the scenes, and getting a lot of sign synchronicities. This is a confirmation from Spirit saying like, yeah, like everything's lined up. The people coming in, resources coming in, opportunities coming in, they're all lined up. You're going to love it. They're going to come in, one after another, beautifully, and probably starting now, at least one, if not multiple opportunities, whether it's in love or career, money, whatever is home. It starts now. All right, so let's go into that third last energy we're going to look at for July. Just to let you know, I am going to be doing a second part to the energy update for July, which is going to look at, love, money, career, and the luck that's coming in for you in July. Look out for that a couple of days after I post this. Okay, so what's that third energy? Okay, so the 7 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups came in like that too, which is kind of like energy from the future for me. The right side being the future, the left side being the past. I do feel like you have more stuff coming in. So it's not just in July, but it's going to continue to come in. And the Seven of Pentacles was in reverse here. So we saw that the Unawakened Collective, they're kind of taking a moment to kind of go within and kind of figure things out, right? And then now they're going to start coming to you, Lightworker, and asking you for help. Hey, you're the friend that is into this kind of stuff. Do you have any advice, or can you hear me out? Remember the years where you had to listen to everyone, where everyone would come to you and tell you their whole life story, talk to you about very deep things, meaningful things out of nowhere, or just people who wanted to connect to you on very specific spiritual or high concepts, whether it's in technology or politics or whatever. They're coming to you now. You're their resource. And so you might see, let me get a confirmation of this right away. Seven of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and Seven of Cups. Okay, so you might get several people kind of come through. Some folks that you might talk to a lot, some folks you might have not talked to for a very long time, some folks you probably thought forgot about you, or some people from your past, some people who are you don't even know, who just happen to be around you and listening to the conversation. They overheard you say something and they're interested, and then they really want to know. So I'm getting sorry, interesting. I think I see a ship out there in the sky. That's crazy. Okay, so 7 2 7s means like you're on the right track. They're on the right track. So these people being sent to you are being sent to you from the universe to help out. The universe is not going to overwhelm you because, again, you're supposed to kind of keep the noise out. The people who are being guided to you are only the people who are very serious and are really would like genuinely to hear your insights, your advice, get your help on something. They won't be pestering you forever and ever, but I do feel like you will get several people at least jump through. I'm getting jumped through because you're kind of in 5D now, or going into 5D, and these are folks that will be coming along not too soon after, and so they are in moments of 5D, and then sometimes they come back 5D, and sometimes they come back, right? Because we see the collective awakening, and so while they're in that really high frequency state, they can come to you, connect with you. That's why I say they're not going to be bothering you forever, because they are going to go through a flux of mindsets. But let's see what they want to talk to you about. Knight of Swords. So you might also see this with like an uptick in spiritual trends in the collective, and also people looking at spiritual videos a little bit more. But you see, the Knight of Swords, you see them, they're running to you, and there's just going to be more in the future. But nothing to be wary about. They just have a lot of questions. Some of these questions are going to be like, oh, okay, whoa, that was interesting. It's kind of like I'm getting like a toddler or like a preschooler, someone who's like just asking like all the questions. Some of them are good, some of them are questionable, some of them are awkward. But you're going to be able to answer it to the best of your abilities. I mean, you're very, very well skilled, prepared Lightworker to handle anyone that comes your way. If you ever feel overwhelmed, you could always say like, hey, I'm sorry, like I don't have the energy for that, or I'm not for that right now, and Spirit will turn them away and have them be guided to another Lightworker. Totally fine. But yeah, I think this is a little bit of practice I'm getting from Spirit for you, to get kind of used to the overwhelming amount of tension you'll be getting, because you're kind of hermiting. You're going into 5D, and that's making your light shine so brightly. Like your energy is gonna be so super warm, and it's gonna attract a lot of people. That kind of energy attracts people. They like to be in your warm, fuzzy energies. But you're trying to be alone. You're trying to do your own thing, and so. But as these folks start awakening, they're gonna be attracted to your light, and so this is Spirit kind of getting you used to the fact that people are going to be attracted to your energy and going to want to come to you. And this is just the beginning There will be better coping mechanisms, they said, and they said they're going to be telling me when the time comes. Okay, so, all right. So just to be aware, this is just kind of getting you used to how your light attracts a lot of people. And at first it's going to be just people just casually around you or that you talk to once in a while. Knight of Cups. Yeah, Knight of Swords and Knight of Cups. I would not be surprised. Let's see. If they, we're focusing on the collective right now for this energy and how they affect you. Hidden realms create conscious awareness. It's like you got to be aware that these folks are fluctuating in their mental state, and it's hard for them to keep a high frequency. Like, wasn't it for us? It wasn't really hard at first to keep that really high frequency state of mind and state of being, having love for all and coming at people with a lot of love, even when they're kind of yelling at you, it was really difficult, right? So expect that. Like, they have a lot of questions and they're eager to learn, and sometimes they're going to be super they can give you a lot of adoration, and yeah, they're going to admire you and listen to you, and then they're going to give back a lot of like questions and hate, and you don't know what you're talking about, and because they're just becoming aware. So there's a lot of things that you might be interested in. For example, you might be interested in ETs, and this person's like, whatever ETs, I don't care about that. Like, I'm totally about just the Bible and just the angels. Like, I don't care about anything else, or you might have your own perceptions on the world or the earth or this dimension or whatever, and they might get like, oh, well, I was believing you up until now, like now you're just making things up, like you have stories about everything, nature, spirits, elementals, what are you talking about, like real human history, like, okay, now you lost me. So some things they might believe you on, some things they might not, because some things are like your perception of things, or how you view this specific idea or ideology or theory or concept, and they need to realize that like the concept is it's usually the same, and like it's just the way that different people see it might be different. Like, you might be just describing the afterlife, for example, and maybe a lot of people have different versions of what they think happens in the afterlife based on their own research or perceptions or intuition, or crossed over loved ones, or human history, or what shape this planet is, or the Matrix, or forget the Matrix, this is what we see, this is what we create. Like, everyone has their own idea about reality and the things in it. So beware of pushback. And this is also going to challenge you in that you might feel like, oh, well, maybe this idea isn't as widely accepted as I believed, or maybe this is something that's more unique to me, or maybe I'm wrong about this, maybe doubting yourself a little bit, but depending on how strong your convictions are. But this is you being a little bit tested a little bit, while also getting a feel for people coming to you and asking you for a lot of insight and help. Starseed, what lights you up? This is definitely a way to kind of see, like, to get yourself back to the basics, and like what really got you into the spiritual journey, or what really interests you in spirituality. Like, is it self-mastery, becoming the better version of yourself, figure out your specific skills and interests, or how you can be the best in the best service to others in the light? Or is it taking care of the environment? Is it volunteer work? Is it thinking of unique ideas and putting them into short stories or novels or little animations or whatever it is? Is it creating a lot of high frequency sort of frigio meditation tones in music, or bringing together people of like mind and setting up a weekly conference with them? Whatever it is, like, this is why this is like your life purpose, or the things that you like to do is coming back to the surface for you, is because you're being reminded of them. It's kind of like when you're an adult and you have a kid, and the child reminds you of all the things that you used to love doing, and you're like, oh yeah, I really used to love swimming. Or sorry about that, the car alarm was going off, waited till it turned off. But yeah, what lights you up, I feel like so when you're a parent, you have a kid, and the kid reminds you of like something, swimming. It's like, yeah, I used to love swimming. I used to go, to the beach or to the lake or to the pool once in a while, but, kind of fell off of it. Maybe you'll make a pool in your new place, or make an effort to go into, or get like a second lake house, or, whatever. It's kind of like, this is now or never. Like, you have to do it now. You have to implement it in this new life, the things that you love, because it's going to turn up. It's going to end up being this 5D energy. It starts with you just enjoying every part of your day. It's going to turn into you doing all the things that you love. So you can be able to do more and more of the things that you absolutely love, but maybe need more money or bigger resources or more land or more people to do those things. So really, really dream big. So these folks that come up to you are going to really remind you of the bigger dreams that you had, whether it's within you or outside of you. Really focusing on the things that you love. Let's see. What does Spirit have to say about that? Justice. Love that. You've been getting all the best major arcanas here. The Empress, the Hierophant, the Justice card. The Empress, the Justice card. Really Venus focus, divine feminine energies, Libra kind of energies. With the Hierophant, it's really giving a lot of loving energies, higher education, higher spiritual mindset, higher spiritual lifestyle, higher state of being, love-centered. This is your just desserts. You finally get to enjoy, especially now because we're looking at July, you get to just enjoy life for a dang second. You finally get to just enjoy life, how it's supposed to be, because you always knew, like, oh, life shouldn't be like this. There shouldn't be so many hardships. There shouldn't be like this many horrific things happening. You get to finally live that life where it gets to be just love and joy, peace, bliss, serenity, the way it was meant to be, right? You get to get a taste of that. You get to experience of that, Lightworker, in July. So that's very beautiful. Let's see what's going on. Unawakened Collective. The Hermit. Yeah, so these folks that might come see you, you might see that they're also kind of hermiting a little bit right now. Kind of sticking to a smaller friend group, or just their family, or keeping to themselves a little bit more, which is totally fine. They're going through that. So be aware that these folks, they might come off a little bit rude and harsh and blunt, but they have the utmost respect for you, and they hold you in high regard, which is why they're coming to you. And if they don't understand it right away, they might take some time, a few hours, a few days, a few weeks, and then they'll realize, like, oh yeah, you were right, or yeah, like, you open up their mind or hearts in a way that they didn't see before. And so it's just kind of having patience while they kind of go through that, because you are right. Or you are giving them the light, and you're with a lot of love, and they will see that, and that's going to help them in a lot of ways. But be sure that you don't have to deal with them often. They might pop up once, twice, maybe 3 times, but not more than that. So they won't bother you, because you're living your best life right now, beautiful light worker, and you have to keep up the love energy. You have to keep that love frequency high, which is why you're being encouraged to do all those things that you love, everything that you love, because you're bringing more and more of that in as we enter 5D. Last card, 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're integrating. You've been integrating into this 5D. In my energy update on my Telegram, I was talking about these energies. I actually posted it in the community post here on Mystic Mia Moksha channel, and it was about how, you know, a lot of us were born with a higher dimensional thinking. So we came and we were born into this 3-dimensional heavy physical dimension, and we were always yearning for this like 5D and higher life and lifestyle, and a world where we can enjoy our life and be this love and light being, interact with others in this love and light being, work on things with a lot of love and light energy. You know, there's a reason that we were plunged into darkness to learn and grow and expand our souls, right? But we're coming out of that darkness in the cycle where we go into the age of Aquarius, the golden age. And this is you getting reacquainted with this new kind of earth, or this new kind of dimension, where you are allowed to be that person you always wanted to be. How many times as a kid were you like really nice, and even as a teenager or young adult, nice to people who just dragged you in the dirt, who did you wrong, were completely pure and lighthearted, good-hearted towards others, and they just kind of took it the wrong way, or gave you malicious energies or vibes, or took malicious actions towards you for not good reasons, you know? And so then you learn and grow with thicker skin, with your dark nights of the souls. You know, you've done your inner work, you've gone through your trauma, and now you're here. You finally get to live the world that you worked so hard for, that you're used to. That is the love and light energy that you, starseed, are used to and have been yearning for since you were born, but didn't know exactly what it was, what it looked like, what it felt like. Just had like a feeling and remembering of it from your past starseed lives and what it was kind of like. And then you come onto the earth and see the horrors, and you're just like, you know, I was super emo when I was a teen, right? But like, yeah, now you get to integrate back into this higher dimensional living. And it's even adjustment for you there, because you're like used to this 3D life a little bit, and it takes you back to kind of be like, oh, we're finally going to the world that I saw. I'm scarred AF, but you know, here we go. And it takes a little bit of adjustment. This is why you just chill out, enjoy yourself. Things are forming, big things that will last you your whole life, in love and everything. Which reminds me, I do have a second part of the energy for July 2024 coming out in a couple days after I post this, where we look at love, money, career, you know, people in your life, home situation, and the kind of luck that you will be manifesting in July. So be on the lookout for that. I hope you enjoy this reading, beautiful light worker, and I wish you much love and light.